All right, Week 16 NFL. We all had some problems putting this together, although BT he got pretty far. We need much more work as far as manipulating these Excel spreadsheets. So please keep doing this till the end of the season, guys. This will help your skills, and by the time you come back, you should be data warriors that I can use and mold and take into battle with me. Because you're going to need it. We're going to do some really cool stuff. Okay, so again, we set up all the matches based on the average weighted score. We predict the teams to score these values here. And as it stands, Jacksonville looks like they should beat Tennessee. But remember, we also figured out that these factors as well, and we spent the last time kind of going over this, that these factors in these boxes, turnovers, sacks, passes deflected, play a huge role in the outcome of these games. So it's not just the average weighted score, it's other factors we have to consider. And as we talked about last time, one of the big factors is that these teams play differently on the road and away, or on the road and at home, right? Yeah, I mean, you look at, if we had to put in the correct scores, or at least the adjusted scores based on this metric, we would have got 2 more games correct than we did last week. So today we are going to learn how to basically determine which of these teams has a factor that makes them play better away or at home. And these are called, what I'm going to talk about today is t-tests. Has anybody heard of t-test before? No? Yes, that's exactly what it is. We're all going to taste tea. Basically, this is what we're going to do is we are going to determine which of these teams are actually statistically different and whether we should adjust their score based on this factor. So I'm going to show you a magic tab that I've been collecting over the season. So that if you look over here, we have a predicted, go back to tab 15. Okay, so here are all our teams here. I'll go over here. I'm going to hide all this stuff so we can see it a little better. Oops. So we made our predictions. We had actual score that was scored. But given here, remember, this column gives us what's that difference. And basically, you could kind of think of this as, did those teams overperform or underperform based on what they should have scored? Does that make sense? Okay. So I've been collecting these from every week. And if you go over to your right, 2 tabs, it's observe versus expected. Obs versus expect. Here are those values right here. Yeah. There's a lot of numbers. I can't wait till get a TA that can do this for me. I think my family's like, why are you doing this so much? I don't know. I have to. But here's what's cool is we can kind of get a snapshot of what these... So everybody's on this page, right? Okay. What we can do is we can get a snapshot of how well these teams have been doing over the entire season, right? Here, down here is what I've done is I've drawn a map, or basically created a graph that takes these points. So here, in this instance, the dashed lines are the offenses and the solid lines are the defenses. In this case, it's for Buffalo and Green Bay. And you can see their performance over the entire year. You can almost see that Green Bay's offense is getting better. Although what you're going to find is that they're doing better at home. But as far as away goes, it's a whole different ballgame. But they're doing really good at home. We can do the Broncos. So what we can do here is we can take, let's go Denver. And we're just going to plug it in. So see, and here's what I'm going to do. hide everything except week 15 and the team name. So select C through P columns and hit hide. Okay. Now go down to Denver. So select these, the first row, and then go over to column Q. Hit Control C. Now let's go to where Buffalo defense is. So you're going to go over to the right. Now hit Control V. All right, and the Broncos are blue. So we can kind of get an idea. Let's look at their defense. Do you think the Broncos defense has been fairly consistent or all over the place? Yeah, very much so, right? They kind of do exactly what we expect. It's right around 0. So anything below 0 means the defense is doing better because they're allowing less points than we expected. Does everybody understand that part? Okay. No? Yes? Okay. So we can see this. And so basically what this allows us to do is to get trends. But here's the thing is we could plot just the home games versus the away games and see if there's a difference in the lines. Or is what we can do is we can actually use math to determine what's different. So I'm going to talk about normal distribution. Has anybody heard that phrase before? No? Nobody? Okay, you're very literal, BT. The t-test, the distribution. Well, so here's what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about how we can use this kind of distribution to determine whether things are truly different or not. This is a very important statistical principle. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, I try to put it in a way that you'll understand. And, I got rid of some of the technical terms, but I think I put it in a format you guys will figure this out. Okay, so let's do that now. You can keep looking at your spreadsheet. But remember, what I also want to say is that, look at all these data points. There's a certain spread. And this is called the variation in your data. That if you look at Buffalo's defense or Green Bay's defense, it seems to wiggle a lot more than, say, Denver's offense. So basically the spread, the distribution of those data is more so than Denver's defense. All right, let me go to I think this is it. There it goes. Okay.